Welcome back to Zan's Weapon Depot, where we break down the weapons that change how wars are fought. For centuries, artillery worked the same way. You found a target, you fired a shell, and you hoped. Hoped that your calculations were right, hoped that the target stayed put, hoped steel and explosives could solve the problem before the enemy moved. Then somebody asked a dangerous question. What if the shell would find the target itself? The answer was bonus. And somewhere, every tank commander immediately started having a very bad day. Let's get into it. For over 100 years, tanks have ruled the battlefield. They are fast, protected, heavily armed, and perhaps most importantly, they're very difficult to kill. Modern tanks can shrug off incredible punishment from the front. Massive armor, reactive armor, and active protection systems. Everything is designed to stop incoming threats. But every fortress has a weakness, and on a tank, that weakness is usually the roof. Bonus is a 155 mic sensor-fused artillery round. At first glance, it looks like a normal artillery shell, but it is anything but normal. You fire it from the M777, the M109, the Archer system, and Caesar, and any other NATO 155 mic systems. The shell will fly toward the target area, and then something interesting happens. It opens. Inside every bonus round are two intelligent submunitions. As they descend, they deploy stabilization surfaces and begin scanning the battlefield below. They're not looking for coordinates, they're looking for targets, armored targets. Using advanced sensors, they search for tanks, self-propelled artillery, armored vehicles, and when they find one, they attack directly above. Tank designers spend enormous effort protecting the front of the vehicle because that's where the threats traditionally come from. Bonus ignores all of that. It attacks the weakest part of the tank, the roof. Tank designers spend enormous effort protecting the front of the vehicle because that's where the threats traditionally come from. Bonus ignores all of that. It attacks the weakest part of the tank, the roof. And when the submunition identifies a valid target, it fires an explosively formed penetrator downward at extreme velocity. And the result is that the tank's strongest armor becomes irrelevant because the attack comes from a direction it was never designed to survive. This is where bonus changes the game. Traditional artillery attacks in an area. Bonus attacks a vehicle, and that's a huge difference. Instead of saturating the battlefield, burning through dozens of rounds, you can engage armored targets with remarkable efficiency. The shell searches, decides, and then it strikes. Bonus represents a larger shift in warfare. More precise, more autonomous, and more selective. The goal is no longer maximum destruction. It is maximum effectiveness. One round, one target, one problem solved. And for armored formations, that reality is changing the battlefield faster than many people realize. And that's all the time that we have for this week's episode of Zan's Weapon Depot. If you enjoyed this episode, lock on to those like and subscribe buttons. And until next time, stay locked, stay loaded, and remember, the tank never saw the gun. It never saw the artillery piece, and it never even saw the shell. The last thing that it ever knew was that the sky started hunting back. Semper Fi.